Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I've got a cool piece of avionics to tear down. This is a flight computer made by Collins that was used in a Gulfstream G100. So this is one of many computers that would be on board an aircraft that do all sorts of different things from navigation to flight management. Here's our tag here. 562A-5M flight computer. 8.1 pounds. It's got this nice handle here. This is a special clip here that they use to screw it down into the rack that this is mounted in on the airplane. Okay, on the back here we have these really nice connectors. You can see here that this part has a specific pattern in it, and that's so this unit here will only fit into its designed rack. There's a screw here that takes off this cover. Here's the bottom of it. You can see there's a lot of scratches here from when it was taken in and out of the rack for servicing. This unit was serviced by Duncan Aviation in Nebraska. Alright, so let's open it up. Okay, now that we have the screw taken out, we can slide the cover off. Here, this is just a thin sheet aluminum dust cover here to protect the electronics. And this is what we got on the inside. Alright, so on first glance here we have this big board here with a lot of components mounted to it, along with a whole bunch of potted modules and some transformers. Over here we have another little module here made up of two boards. We have a transformer and the connectors are right there. Here's in the front here, there's a board here, then some connectors, and it's pretty much the same thing on the other side. Alright, so here's the top. We have these D-sub connectors here, and another piece that the two boards are mounted to, and it looks like another part over here. It looks like these screws come out to take this module off. On the bottom here we have another piece of aluminum and the bottom part of that module. This is very nicely engineered. You can see all the time they went into machining the rivets down so they're nice and smooth. They're all along here. It's very nice, very nicely engineered. Okay, so now I'm going to take out these two screws, and it looks like this part should come off. Okay, I've taken out the screws, and this part folds down here on a hinge. I believe these connectors here are for testing, or it could be possible that these are all the test points. Here we can see the wire loom here that goes to those connectors. This is very nice Teflon wire, and it's all routed through this piece of tubing here, and it looks like the wiring harness goes up into here. Alright, so here you can see the hinge here this goes onto. The two screws here go into these nice machined aluminum posts here that also hold on these boards here. Here's our handle. They even put little rubber stoppers here. So on this board it looks like we have some resistors and capacitors on little gold-plated standoffs here. Here's the board on the other side. Here we can see some more resistors, capacitors, and diodes. Okay, so I've unscrewed the board, and if we lift it up, you can see all the wiring here. It's all Really nice and wire laced. Very nice job here. If you back behind here, there is a opening that goes to the back of the unit. You can see the side of the opening here. It's got this little plastic protector on it to keep the wires from wearing down on the metal. There's a few more parts on the back of these boards here, but mostly just wire connections. This is very much a vintage piece of equipment here. This is all analog computing, no digital computing in here whatsoever, all analog. Like late 60s, early 70s vintage. Looking at the date codes, and everything here is all analog. Alright, now let's take a look at the main boards here. We can see we have tons of these potted modules that are all labeled. We have things like switch, low pass AC filter, isolation input AC-DC converter, more amplifiers, switches, low pass filters, unity gain amplifier, timer switch, voltage limiting AC amplifier. So everything here is mounted on these little standoff posts, but we have lots of nice capacitors and resistors. There's some transistors there. We have some big capacitors here. These are 10LX brand, plus or minus 5% tolerance. You can see we have some really nice glass body diodes here with gold-plated legs. Some more transistors and capacitors, all so nicely mounted on these standoffs. And then down here we have 3 black transformers and 1 in this little metal box here. We have some very nice details here. If we see, this piece of aluminum here is actually machined. You can see the machining marks in it, which is really cool. They even decided to machine even the smallest piece of sheet aluminum, even though it could have just been like rolled and stamped. They didn't even have to machine it, but they went all that extra work to machine it and make it really nice. Just bending the legs of these parts and getting the leads to fit in between the 2 little notches in every post must have taken an incredible amount of time. These posts have these little notches in them that the leads go into. And this all was done by hand by somebody. Over here we can see another hinge. It's got a piece of cork around it for some reason. I'm not really sure why they did that. Maybe to stop vibrations, or to keep it centered, or something like that. And if we flip it over and look at the board on the other side, it's pretty much the same thing. We just have different modules here. We have more switches. We have detector, programmable gain amplifier, glide slope capture. I have a quad switch here, low pass filters. We have a controlled delay switch, a lot of amplifiers. If you just have here's a little bit of a closer look at these. You can see this one maybe got a little bit too hot and the potting compound started to melt. Okay, so these 2 boards are screwed on the main chassis here Got 4 screws up here, 3 screws here, and 4 more down here. So let's take those out and see what's underneath this. So it just lifts up here on the hinge, and it reveals a 3rd board here in the very middle. And we have the same sort of potted modules here with more resistors and capacitors. These look like some sort of ICs. They look like transistors, but they have 7 legs. We have some more bigger caps here. And here you can see the opening that I was talking about earlier, where the wire harness goes from this compartment to this compartment. Alright, so if we take a look here, we can see this beautiful but messy mess of point-to-point wiring here. And here's the main wire loom. It comes from the front here. And goes all the way to the back. It's all nicely wire laced. It's really amazing craftsmanship that goes into this. All of this was done by hand. And I imagine it took a very long time to do something like this. Solder all these wires where they need to be and wire lace everything. You can see here, this is the part of the wire loom coming off the board, and a lot of the wires go to the connector here. You can also see the cork block here. Alright, I've got the screws taken off, and now we can see what's underneath. So here's the back side of the board in the middle. Then here's the back side of this board here. We have our main wire loom running along the bottom here. You can see the other one is kind of down underneath this piece of metal here. And there go the wire looms to the connector over there, and the other wire looms over there go to the front. So this is what it looks like now that it's unfolded. I've got those 3 boards there that I'll fold up and screw down. Okay, now I'm going to take off this module here. It is screwed on with some screws up here, these screws, and there is also screws down here holding it on, but you can see I've already taken these out. Okay, so I've tried to take this off, but it doesn't want to come off for some reason. So I'll just do my best to show you what's here. Alright, so here we have a transformer, probably for stepping down the 115 volts the aircraft uses to a lower voltage. Over here we have these 2 boards. So we have a transistor, some capacitors, another one of those potted modules here. And over here we have where the 3 wire looms from the different boards come together and connect to the main connector. And so I've flipped it around. Here we can see the other side of these 2 boards. Looks like there's another transistor in there, some capacitors and resistors. There's the transformer and the wire looms here. You can see there's a resistor mounted on one of these wires here. So that's about it for this Collins flight computer. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel.